So let me start with an architecture, okay, first.
Okay, sure.
So, you know the forward slash, right? What do you mean by forward slash? Any idea?
That that gives you if you want to go backwards to a
Hmm.
different directory.
Hmm.
That's what I know. The forward slash.
No. See, the forward slash is a root directory. Okay. This is a root directory. Under this, you have so many subdirectories.
Okay.
Like subdirectory 1, subdirectory 2. Just I'm not giving you the exact directory name here. I would like to explain you the architecture here. So subdirectory 1, subdirectory 2, subdirectory 3, subdirectory 4, and the subdirectory 5. So this is called a root directory. Under this root directory, we are having so many subdirectories. But the entry point and the exit point, only this one. You can enter to any OS, Linux operating system via this point. Okay? Because this is a main entrance to your Linux file system. If you get in here, then only you'll be able to access any of the files. Otherwise, you won't be able to access anything. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So there are three types of accounts in Linux. What are those? Root. Second one is a normal user accounts. Do you know normal user? What do you mean by normal user?
Just you can run the program and commands, few commands.
Normal user.
Yeah, root is kind of a pseudo user. Have all the
Then
admin
the
rights.
third one is service users. So root is a master. Root can do any stuff. Root can install anything. Root can uninstall anything. He can delete anything. Root is a master user who is having a complete control of your operating system. That's called a root user. The normal user is a type of user, but he won't be having the privileges to control the entire org system. He's having a least privileges. So least privileges again it depends on you what privileges are you are giving to him. You are giving a read permission, write permission, open permissions. So when we talk about permissions, there are partial permission, there are full permissions. So partial permission represents commands. So in other computer, you can give the access based on the applications, but in Linux, you can give the access through different commands. If you give access to that command, he will be able to execute only that command. The command wise, you are going to give the access here. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see if I have downloaded. You also parallelly start downloading the OS because it requires.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Uh,
So here, So this is one type of Linux operating system. Okay. Can you see here the root hash? Are you able to see the hash over here? Hello.
Yeah.
So and what and all you can see in the command line. So this is a terminal, right? So terminal represent multiple stuff. So one, who is operating it? What is the host name of it? What is the path of it? For an example, so this represents it's a root user. This represent again the same user. This represent the host name. This symbol or this represent the path. So what do you mean by hash? Hash always represents it's a root user. He is a root user. Dollar always represents it's a normal user. And this represent the path. So the path. So what is the path? What is this symbol represent? Any idea what is this symbol represent?
No.
This is called a tilde. What is this called? Tilde.
Tilde.
So what this represent? This represent the home directory. What do you mean by home directory? See, every user, a root has a home. Suppose there is a user one should have a home directory. Yes. Every user should have a home directory. So the root home directory is /root. The path, by default path I'm telling. You can change the path if you want. User one home directory is /home user one. /home user one. Likewise, user two home directory is home user two. This, if you are in this path, then it will show this tilde symbol. If you are in this path, it will show the tilde. Okay.
Okay.
So here, where I am now, PWD. I am in
Root.
home directory of the root. That is the reason it is showing symbol. Suppose I will do control D or logout of this user. Now, what is the changes that you have? What is the changes that you can observe here?
You're not in a root directory anymore.
Yes, but what is the user now? What is the differences you have seen? It
Yeah,
changed
it's
from red
taken
to blue color, right?
$, which is normal user.
Yeah, which is normal user. And in the normal user, where exactly he is? He is not in the home directory, he is one step ahead of his home directory, right? So this is, he shows this is the last. But if you come down one step down, cd dot dot means he's going one step down. So PWD. So now can you see what it has turned to? Tilde. Right?
Yeah.
So this tilde, this tilde represents the home directory. Everything starts with forward slash. Can you see here?
Yeah.
So what is the parent directory? CD space forward slash. You cannot go beyond this. This is the entry point of any operating system in Linux. CD forward slash, right? I came here. My path has changed. Where I am now? I am in forward slash.
Forward slash, yeah.
Okay, if what are the subfolders inside it? ls-l. See? Can you see ls-l? These are the subfolders.
Okay.
Right? These are the subfolders. So, what is the parent folder? Forward slash root. Forward slash is a parent directory. And you can see so many subdirectories here. So what is the meaning of this each folder? This is not created by me. It's not created by me. It's created by operating system itself. These are the default directories. What does this represent? So do you know what do you mean by bin directory?
No, I don't.
See, as I told you, there are two users. One is a root direct super user and another is a normal user. So normal users, whenever he runs those commands, right, the commands default, the course commands will be under bin, cd, bin. If I do ls now, you can see a lot of commands here, see?
Yeah.
These commands are the less privileged commands, will be taken by normal user. This bin and sbin, mostly there are commands, cd, sbin, super user binary. So administrative commands can be so cd forward slash s bin. Some administration commands can be found here. See,
Okay.
sbi sudo is an super admin command. User add is a very privileged command. User del is a privileged command, right? So those commands all are from sbin and the bin directory. Whenever a normal user is logging in and is trying to execute few commands, those commands will be picked from the bin.
Sorry, could you repeat the last sentence?
So there are two users,
Mm-hmm.
a root and the normal user.
Okay.
So the normal user, usually whatever the commands he executes, which will be picked up from forward slash bin.
Okay.
Root user commands will be picked up from
S bin.
yes. What is the difference? What is the SBin is nothing but super user binary.
Super user
Bin is
binary.
nothing but a binary. That's it.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yep, no problem.
SBin you understood, right? Now I'm going to the location. So same location again. CD// clearing the screen, ls space -l. So you understood the bin. What is this? What is this arrow? This arrow represents a link, a shortcut. And arrow, if it is representing an arrow, it is start with a L. L means it's a link. So among so many folders, so whenever you type ls-l, it is showing the number of contents. And if it is a directory, it starts with a D. If it's a file, it starts with a hyphen. If it is a link, it starts with L. Can you spot the difference here?
Yep.
So the one way is it starts with D. Okay. And another one is this is blue in color. The file is white in color. Okay. And the link. So what exactly is this link? What does this represent? What is this link all about? What does it do?
It tells you the location. Where are you?
If you're pointing to bin, it will go inside a user USR, and within that USR, it will point that. If you, whatever the contents are there in SBin, it will give the, within the, inside the USR, it will give both USR bin and USR SBin. So this shortcuts is nothing but a, you know, right, in Windows, if you click a shortcut, you will reach to the location of the shortcut. So the bin is pointing to somewhere. SBin is pointing to again the same place. So you understood about these links, this arrow marks. You please understand these arrow marks. Wherever you see these arrow marks, is nothing but a links. And in links, we do have two types: soft link and a hard link, right? So soft link and hard links, again, it's a different chapter. I will cover it there, more about the links. Just just for this understanding, I'm just giving you this link thing. So here, how many rows are there? How many columns are there? There are around 7 columns, right? Whenever I give ls-l, it will give the long listing. Long listing means if you give only ls now, it will only the top right contents, the folder names. If you type ls-l, it will show everything. Everything it will show. It is showing everything, right? So what does it mean? So this represents the permission. The first column represents the permission. Second column represents the number of folder within this bin. And who is the owner of this bin folder? Root user. Who is the owner of group owner of this bin folder? Again, the root. So what is the size of the bin folder? 7. When it is initially created, this date. And when it is recently accessed, when I access this recently, this will show this. So that is what this 7 column represents. The first is the permission. The second column is the number of folder within this folder. Third is a user owner. Fourth is a group owner. Fifth is a size. It could be, it is showing in bytes. Okay. So see here. Any doubts here?
No.
So what do you mean by ls? Ls will show multiple options. Ls just showing the contents. ls-l is just showing contents along with the description of each and everything. who is the owner, what are the permissions, when it got accessed last time, okay, who is the user owner, who is the group owner, everything it shows. What do you mean by ls-a then? Any idea?
No. It shows hidden files. It shows the hidden
Correct.
files.
Correct. So anything starts with dot. As I told you, the file is white in color, folder is blue in color. So if anything starts with dot and then this color, then it's a hidden file. If anything starts with dot and blue in color, that's a folder. Right? Hidden folder, hidden file. How do you create a hidden folder and hidden file? mkdir dot, then directory1.
Dot directory one. Then name the folder.
Yeah, name of the folder.
I think you need to use sudo.
See, sorry, I instead of dot, I gave
Comma.
directory1. Okay, this will create. I do not have permissions, sufficient permissions in order to do. For that, I have to cd. cd means it will go to my home directory. mkdir dot dir1. Okay, and see, normal LSFN will not show. If I give file touch empty file, you can create an empty file using a touch dot file1 ls-l, but it will not show using ls. You have to show ls, you have to type ls-a.
F&A.
ls-a and then s if you type. See here. Right?
Yes.
It's showing all hidden folders.
Yep.
That is how you can create a hidden folder. So how do you create a, okay, no problem. I was explaining you the each and every folder and its importance. So you know about bin and you know about bin. So binary and super user binary. What about the other folders? So boot, what exactly this boot contains? CD, I'm going inside the boot. Can you see there is a init RD image? There is a VM Linux image. This VM Linux image is your main kernel image. Okay, if I give uname hyphen R, it is showing my kernel name, right? Kernel version. So my current kernel version is 6.3. Kali AMD4. From where it is picking up this? So your kernel is stored here, right? And your driver file, this is the one. And your configuration related to it can go inside a grub. You can see here grub.conf cat grub dot. Okay, permission denied. You can control. Suppose if you have a multiple kernels and you want to go with whatever the kernel you want, you can choose. You need to change here in this configuration. But as of now, you only have a one kernel, so you don't have any other option. You can only go through this kernel. And if you're having a multiple kernels, like 4 to 5 kernels, then you can choose which kernel you want, and it can be changed only in this configuration file.
Okay.
And also, while restarting your virtual machine, you can tweak the settings. Okay, the load settings, you can tweak the wait time, all those things you can tweak within this. That's the reason the boot is very important, because your boot stores the main operating system kernel and its driver file very safely, and you can control the boot options or boot sequence. You can change the parameters, and the parameters change configurations will be there inside the boot and the grub. So grub is nothing but a bootloader, grand unified bootloader. Okay, so how the OS is loaded, the kernel is loaded by a bootloader. So which bootloader? It's a grub, grand unified bootloader, is very famous for Linux operating system. So grub is responsible for loading your operating system into the memory, and which keeps your files in the boot directory. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by dev? Devices. So in Linux, everything is considered as a file, including your hard disk, your monitor, everything. It starts with file. Okay. So, and your partitions, everything is considered as, all devices can be shown here. TTY, teletype terminal. So if I do TTY, which TTY I am? PTS 0. Okay, if somebody connects me SSH, remote session, then it will show this TTYs. This is a pseudo terminal, this is a teleterminals. Okay, so these are different types of its character file, different types of special files. It starts with a C, it's a character file, right? So everything is considered as a file, and in the devices, it's a character file, device file, special files, all it starts with like this. So in devices, mostly related to devices. Just going one step down. So etc, any application configurations files are present in the etc directory. cd etc. See here. .conf is an extension. Usually you find it in etc configuration. So Tiger VNC. So VNC application is there. So if you want to control the Tiger VNC application, you want to tweak the settings, you can go inside here.
Okay.
If you want some update DB configuration, this is the configuration. .conf is nothing but a configuration file. Any configuration of respective applications can be done within this configuration file.
Okay.
So etc mainly it is responsible for the configuration file. You can find all the configuration only in etc. Then let's go to the // plus @1. So bin is clear, so sbin is clear, boot is clear, dev is clear, etc is clear. So home also, what do you mean by home? In home, there are normal user home directories are kept inside the home. So if I create any user here, see Kali is the normal user, right? Likewise, you can create n number of users. Whenever you create n number of users, those profiles comes under /home. Under /home, you can find multiple user profiles, and one profile is different than other profiles. One person home directory cannot be seen by somebody else. This is completely private to the respective user. If I create one more user called ABC or user1, its profile gets created, and those profile cannot be viewed except that particular user. But root can see everything. Root can see anything. Root can see everything. Root can delete anything, and root can delete the user also. So what I would like to say is a home is a common place where the user profiles are stored. And also when that respective user logs in, at the time, these user profiles are loaded accordingly. Clear?
Okay.
Clear or no? You have any doubts?
No, this one.
Okay. So these all are the library files. Usually these library files are required in order to run your applications. Okay, you install Google Chrome, you install antivirus, you install any editor, you install any respective applications. There are some library files which is required to run the smooth running of your applications. Those will be present in this library files. So media, usually your pen drive. MNT is a mount, it's an optional. There is nothing much important with respect to MNT. OPT sometimes, if you install some application, you will keep it in OPT and from there you will trigger the installation. MNT is a mount, it's an extra mount point. Okay, if you create any separate partition and you can use this place in order to mount the extra partitions apart from the existing one. Proc is a process in Windows. What happens if your system is going on hanging or it's completely hung? Then usually you will find that process name and you will kill that, right? So in Linux, every process, okay, whether it's process alive or dead, those processes are there inside the proc. If I go to proc, then we'll get the process numbers initially. See here, within this process number, your process is running. So you can see the top here. Can you see the process ID here? This process top is currently run by user Kali and the process ID is so and so. So you can see this 45202 process here. You can find that process number. Within that, process related information will be present. Any doubts? Hello? Mithul? Am I audible? Hello, Mithul? Mithul, can you hear me? Sandeep, are you there?
Yes, bro. I can hear you.
But Mithul, I think he's muted. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 1 minute maybe. He called someone. 1 minute, bro. देखेंगे
Yeah.
1 minute देखेंगे.
Sorry. I can hear you. I was on mute. Sorry.
Okay. So I was not getting your response, so I called Sandeep.
No, I can hear you now.
Okay. Mithul, any doubts here?
No doubt. What? But is it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, one question. Why it's TTY is important? Is it something that like day-to-day basis that's gonna be important TTY or no?
TTY is a terminal. So day to day, everything will be the servers will be connecting via teletype terminals only.
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
So this is a TTY is a terminal, right?
Yes.
TTY is nothing but a terminal. So terminals are whenever in a one operating system, many users are connecting, right? You are the not, I am the not only one, or you are not the only one. If suppose if you are working for an organization, multiple peoples are connecting to one server, multiple teams are connecting to one server. So as and when they connect with a terminal, the terminal's ID will be created for them, so that you can track what those commands they typed in the respective terminals, and when those terminal got accessed. Okay, that belongs to a device. So that is how it is be tracked. Suppose if I open one more terminal, right? Here I opened one terminal. That is the reason it is showing PTS 0. If I open one more terminal,
Okay.
what it is showing?
Another terminal.
So if I keep on opening the terminals, it will change the terminal IDs. Two, right? What I'm
Okay.
doing in this terminal, because this is a physical one here. I mean, I'm operating it on the virtual machine or the physical operating system. So that's the reason it's showing PTS, pseudo terminal. Suppose
Got it.
you are connecting, you are in Canada, from there you are connecting to my machine via SSH, then it will show the TTY.
Okay.
That's a teletype terminal. This is a pseudo terminal. PTS means pseudo terminal services. TTY means teletype.
Okay.
Clear?
Yep.
Okay. So war. What do you mean by what is this war represents? So when you install an application, suppose you install a CrowdStrike antivirus, its configuration file comes under etc crowdstrike.config cs.config. Whenever the application is running, you need to, their logs are getting created. So that stores in war log. Inside the log, cs.log. You'll find these log files here. You can go cd/war, type ls. You can see the log here. cd log. You can find the different application logs here. I started my adapter, network, VMware log, boot. I started my operating system, right? So what and all are loaded, what and all are not loaded, what services are failed, everything you can check here in the boot log. Apache is a web server, Apache logs you can find. So usually this war contain the log files, the respective application. Okay, so let me go back to / ls-l. So temporary files. What do you mean by cd temp? It will show the temporary files here. So these temporary files are deleted as and when you if my operating system is rebooted, right? So these files will be deleted. So temp contains the temporary files. USR cd/USR. So all this pointing from bin and sbin only. Okay, this war I explained. SRV means service file, which is not that important. System is a system files. Usually the system files it will be present. Service, whatever currently it is serving, those are not mandatory. Even if you delete also, nothing to worry. But the important files are understood, Manish? Mithul?
Yep. This is something not day to day, right? I mean, just question to back. Is it something that we do day to day, like to go into those folders, this file?
Definitely it's a day-to-day operations.
Okay.
Because if you don't know the Linux directory file system architecture or a directory architecture, right? You'll not be able to do it. You have to ask for someone, or you need to wait for somebody. If you know it, you can go inside, you can do in and out of it. No need to wait for someone, and no need to type a Google or something like that. So
Okay.
basic stuff required. Suppose if you are troubleshooting a very important issue, then if you don't know where is what, then definitely you'll struggle, right?
Okay.
And also the DevOps engineers, this is very important because they need to know the path.
Okay.
If they want to create a pipeline or any log files they want to capture, they should know where those log files are, where what is there, how the operating system run, where we need to create a folders, what is the important folder structure. It is required.
Okay.
It's very much required.
Okay.
So today I explained you the Linux file directory system architecture. Okay, and I explained you the Linux file system architecture or the directory architecture. I explained you. Explained each and every folder and its importance. Also, we spoke about what exactly why we need this. So these all are created by your operating system. I did not create any folder here.